Okay, good evening. Welcome to Stunthangar Control Line Forums Hangouts, and hope the internet holds out tonight. I apologize for Friday night. We had road construction going on in the neighborhood, and I think they keep chopping us off. So we got it back today. However, it's been in and out. So hang in there with us, and at least we got the YouTube stream going. So now y'all are locked in and can continue whether or not I get kicked off. So that's good. And I'm, by the way, Rusty, and I'll be with you until about midnight, maybe a little later. We'll be talking about control line aerobatics, modeling, and planes, trains, and automobiles, whatever like you like to do with tools and screwdrivers and hammers. You're welcome to come talk with us about it. The links are posted in the usual places, and I have not yet posted the at the bench thread. It'll go up in just a minute as soon as I finish my introductory statements, so I don't get visitors coming on screen with me. Makes me distracted. So hang on just a minute, and we'll be with you. The chat box is up on YouTube. The link is in the at the bench thread if you want to come in with your mic and camera. That's on the controlline.com forums, and if you go to the main forum page, it's below the open forum. Scroll down to the a couple of forums down. You'll see live streams, and the name of the thread is at the bench, and the name of the post, my newest one tonight, has today's date in it. It'll be up in just about a half a minute, and you can come in here with that link and talk to me with your microphone and cameras. Otherwise, you can hang out over on the Stunthanger YouTube channel and use the text chat box, and we'll incorporate anything you say over there that's relevant into our conversations here. And there's also a donation button called Super Chat with a block dollar sign at the bottom of the chat box. If y'all are so inclined to donate, we'd appreciate it. That helps Sparky pay for all of this and the equipment, server fees, all the stuff it takes to put us on the air and put us on the air for free. So, as I speak, I am sending the link now to the at the bench thread, and in about three, two, one, bingo, there it is. Okay, it's up now. So go to the at the bench thread, click the top link under where it says join the meeting, and you can come and hang out with us. And let me click that off. Okay, so it looks like I got a decent signal tonight. Hopefully, we'll have good lip sync with our voices, and you can tell when somebody's finished talking. I usually set it to a lower latency setting, and I forgot to before I clicked it on. And that's how long the signal takes to go out and bounce back and come back to me and you and everybody else. And that's what helps with synchronizing voices. So here comes Big Round T. I'm thinking that's Tom. Let's see. No, that's probably Trey. And oh man, you got papers all over the place. Yep, I recognize the room. That's great. And here comes TR. That's Tom Rammel. Hey TR, what's going on?
Still just working on my truck. Well, I did print out a new plan for an airplane. I got it behind me.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the next project.
And here comes TR. It's Tom Rammel. Oh, I got a noise in the background. Let's see if it's me. Yeah, it might be. Okay, sorry about that. Fouled up my own stuff. All right, and yeah, I can see it behind you, Tom. I see Eddie Sutter just came in too. Good evening, Eddie.
Hey guys.
Eddie?
So tell me about the plane. You say this is self-designed. This is a plane you designed.
No, it's a navigator, but I scaled it up bigger.
I see. Okay.
So decided to build a bigger one. The original is 52 inch and scaled it up to a little over 60-inch wingspan.
Pretty cool. What size engine is going to fly in that? Is it going to be electric or is it going to be IC?
It'll be electric.
Hey, and Jack Snavely just joined us out there in YouTube land. Hey, Jack, glad to have you tonight. And looks like Jeff Riley just came in, and John's there. Man, the whole crowd's showing up. How's everybody tonight?
John, Jeff.
Hey, Rusty, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been following Sparky. Mother Tucker
Yeah.
airplane.
Yeah.
And I joined the group with as a sponsor. But ever since I've joined, I can't do my live chats. It won't come up. I type it in, but it doesn't come up on. It's not acknowledged.
In other words, you get the video of Sparky talking and working, but the chat box isn't popping up on the YouTube view. Is that? Are you looking at it on YouTube?
Well, yeah, it says YouTube, but it's I can type it in, but if I go like on the computer and type it in on the computer and look at my phone, it's not coming up on the phone because he's not seeing any of my text or my posts, so I can't interact with him. You know, it comes up on my screen. And I've got the icon out there for my supporter video or support emblem and all that, but it's he's not seeing it to acknowledge it. I type on there, is anybody seeing it? And nobody responds. So I come back to my phone and look at it and pull up a video on my phone, and none of my texts are on it. So I don't know if I've got blocked somehow or what. I don't know how to get a hold of him to have him check my signal.
I don't know. I don't know what happens when you get blocked. Hey, Trey, or who is that? Trey? Yeah. And I don't know what happens when you get blocked from the from your end, but it's got to be done on purpose. Sparky would have to go over to your channel and block you on purpose. So I don't see any reason why he would have done that.
Up until the point I joined, I could chat with him and ask him questions. But after I hit the join button and send him my money, I can't talk to him no more.
Oh, that's strange. Well, maybe he'll come on tonight.
Other people come on there and it's, they can talk and ask questions and stuff like that, but none of my stuff comes through.
I did something dumb. I went flying the other day and I didn't mark my center.
Tonight we can ask him about it.
All right.
Let me turn Trey back up. Okay, there we go.
No, I said I did something dumb. I went flying and I did not mark my center of the circle. And when I landed, I hit the toolbox with the wingtip.
Oh shit!
Plane.
Oh,
what a dumbass!
I knocked a bottle of fuel over like that one time, but didn't tear anything up.
So what I have a little bit of a little repair to do over here on a wingtip. I'm not sure if you can see it. But it's not much. This is just here. I can patch it. I
Yeah.
can put a little patch on top of it and fix it up. No big deal. So that's
Yeah.
all happened to this wing. So basically the wing is fine. But the fuselage took a little bit of a beating here. I have a break
Oh,
over here
I see.
on the bottom of it, and I have some cracks over here on the side, some here on the canopy, but it's mostly the worst part is right here in the front
Yeah.
on the landing gear. This the place where the horizontal, I mean the landing gear was being installed just was ripped out, and oh well, no big deal. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna retire this fuselage. I'm gonna take everything out of it. I'm gonna take all the hardware. I'm gonna take the landing gear, everything else, and the nose is is still fine. I mean, just really nothing happened to it.
Yeah.
So overall, it's not bad. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna retire the whole fuselage because I want to move my battery forward. So I said I'm gonna take this opportunity to use the fuselage that I already have, and it's this one right here, and I'm gonna just replace. I'm gonna put this fuselage. I'm gonna keep the wings and the tails from the other plane, and I'm gonna use this fuselage and a nose that comes with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, man, I was just looking at it just now, and I said, let's see how the wing fits in here, and I just put the wing in here like that, and I mean, you really have to see the fit on this thing, how it fits in here, because it's a perfect fit
Right.
on the wing. I mean, these are truly interchangeable parts.
What's the wingspan on that?
60. I think it's 64. I think it's 64.
Um,
So
I'm glad you're
I'm
able to
here in the
replace that.
garage cleaning up and doing some stuff while I'm chit chatting with you guys. Good times.
Okay. Why don't you mute your mic while you're bumping around, and then when you come back to talk, you turn the mic back on. That way we don't hear you knocking around. Got it? All righty then. And that's too bad. Okay, let's see. I think I saw Mike and Sam step in. Like they are. Eddie's gone. Switch back to grid view. Now I see everybody.
So guys, mark your center of the circle when you go flying. Don't do what I
Yeah,
did. Put a hat, something.
I usually carry a can of orange marker paint out there and spray a circle to stand in.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, to do something. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wander like crazy if I don't mark it. Well, sorry about Friday night. We managed to squeak out a show that wasn't recorded to YouTube, but at least y'all got to get together. But we got it. However, the internet's been in and out tonight, so you might see me drop out, but that won't affect the YouTube stream, whether I come or go. I think the YouTube stream will keep going with whoever's in the chat rooms.
You was talking about marking the center of your circles. I always just drop my spool out there to get me a reference point.
Yo, what did you do? What did you say you
The
did?
line spool. I just drop my line spool out there when I string my lines out.
Yeah.
I just drop my line spool out there and go from there.
Yeah, well, if you're doing the wind dance during the middle of the flight, sometimes you end up
Yeah.
a little out of the circle, so to speak. And I knocked a bottle of fuel over that way one day. I can prove it because I got it on video. I post all of my videos whether I do something stupid or not. And I knocked a bottle of fuel over one day with my shoestring.
I
Let's
have
see,
it on video
we got somebody.
that flight. You want to see it?
Sure.
Sure. Yes.
Let's
We
see.
got Aeromodeling channel, Frankie B. Hey, Frankie B. Welcome to the show over on YouTube. And Jeff Riley got kicked off. He was in for a while, but it looks like his connection kicked him over to the YouTube side. Jack Snavely's telling Eddie to try texting on the phone. I think that's what he's doing. And we'll talk more about it.
You guys see it?
Yes.
Now we do.
You see it?
Yeah.
It's chop, 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 but we can see it.
Another southpaw.
Oh yeah, he is.
Is there a rule that it has to fly counterclockwise?
Is there what?
Is there a rule that it has to fly counterclockwise?
No.
Can a left-handed person fly clockwise?
Here have a little fire in it, I think. And they have a tiny fire.
Yes, they can, Eddie. You can fly either direction. Nothing in the rules about it. Some guys do.
That would be odd looking.
It'd be tough to judge first time you encountered it as a judge.
George Aldrich flew the other way. Rick
Yeah, you don't know if they're inverted all the way.
Yep.
A bunch of guys who fly the other way.
I wonder if there's like a tiny fire in it that happened.
The nitro melted it.
Oh, from like a bladder.
The bladder broke. Yeah.
Watch the corner on the squares.
Kind of hard to see Trian because it's only showing up every 10th frame or so.
Ah, okay.
Do.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's not playing full speed. Like every 2 seconds, the airplane moves to a new spot.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, about 20
Like a time
degrees.
lapse.
All right, I'll stop it then. Doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll catch it on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll mute this.
Rusty, Rusty, was you saying something to me before the video come on? About
Yeah,
texting?
what'd you say? I was,
I just
I
want
was
to.
saying.
Was you saying something to me about texting? Yes.
Yeah, I was telling you that Jack Snap on the YouTube side said try texting on your telephone instead, but that's what you were doing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
either one, it doesn't show up.
Okay. We'll have to wait for Sparky to come in and see if he can tell us
He's
anything
there.
about it. Oh, he is here.
Sparky's in.
Okay. So I don't know what the problem is. Sparky, Eddie's talking about, he comes and watches you on your Tucker build. And ever since, well, you tell him, Eddie.
Well, I joined, when I joined, I lost my ability to live chat.
You lost your ability to live chat.
Yeah, it comes up on the screen, but you're not seeing it. And nobody else is seeing the text because nobody's either that or I'm just not being answered.
Well, you can
But I
look at the
can,
rerun to tell if it's there or not.
right. It never comes up on any of the replays, or if I text it on my phone and pull it up on the computer, it doesn't show up on the computer. Or if I text it on the computer and turn on my phone, it's not on my phone. So I don't know what's wrong.
What screens are you talking about? Are you talking about this, like this screen here? Can you text in the chat?
Let me see.
Well, what should you call it?
All right, type a message.
Jack Sally.
So
Bill, I saw your new plane that you bought. It looks like an SV11 or something like that.
Who?
The new sailplane, or
No, new control line plane.
no, nothing new there.
How you doing, Bill?
Good.
David Phelps, is that who it is?
No, that's Eddie Sutter is who you're talking to about the chat. I don't see anything from Eddie in the chat box right now. I do see David.
Okay, let me go in here and look.
Well, John, I picked up that airless sprayer today.
Did you?
Yeah, I figure if I don't have much luck with it, I'll give you a call and you can come over and give me a hand.
I just all it takes is a ticket for the airplane. I'll be happy to come over.
All right.
No, they're pretty. But before you try painting the room, get a piece of plywood or something out in the backyard, or whether it's leaning up against something, and learn how to use your trigger. It's just like spraying, almost like spraying with an air gun.
Okay.
Except a whole lot more paint comes out than,
I used one to stain my fence. My neighbor had one, and I used it to stain my privacy fence, and it worked pretty good. But yeah,
it works good.
a lot of paint comes out. You got to be moving.
And do not put any part of your body in front of that paint stream, because, like I said, if you're close to the tip and that pressure comes out, it'll blow it right into your skin, inside your skin.
Yeah, it's like a water jet.
Friend of mine did that, and they fought it for a couple of years. And they had to remove part of his thumb because of it. Moved it to about the knuckle.
Well, this was normally $269, and I got it for $164.
Well, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find all kinds of uses for it. don't figure on painting cars with it because cars come out with an orange peel finish when you use an airless.
Once I paint the house inside the house, then I think I'll give it away.
Oh,
I don't think
all right.
I'm gonna want to do it again.
I don't know. I didn't think so with mine when I had one, but shoot, I wound up using it till I wore the sucker completely out.
Oh, no kidding. Well, I got the deck in the backyard, and I keep it green. And then the front deck is made of plastic, so it never needs nothing done to it. I wish I'd have made the back deck out of plastic.
Has this guy tried to post yet?
Eddie, have you tried to post something
Yeah,
on the
I've
YouTube
sent
chat?
3 texts and it all comes back. Yeah, it keeps
He's
kicking
here
me
in the
off.
live chat with you, Sparky.
What's that?
He's here in the live chat with us right now, and trying to
Yeah,
message.
He says he put 3 messages up and none of them showed up.
Well, if I enable members only in chat, then other people won't be able to chat, I think. Let me see here.
David tells me he has the same problem on your bill threads.
Well, David Phelps is in there.
Yeah, he is.
On. Okay, let's try this. I want to turn that off. Let's see. Okay, everybody should be able to get in there. If not, it's another problem.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Is somebody sanding or something?
I don't know what that noise is.
Is that Sam?
No,
No, it sounds like somebody with a staple gun.
Oh, I could hear someone talking, sound like a kid.
well, yeah, that was Sam was asking me a question.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear Sam.
You hear
but-
somebody sanding.
Oh, I'm shaking a can. Is that it?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Sorry about
Bill
that. You guys
Cole
are saying,
would like
you
to
guys
say
are saying
something.
sanding, and I knew I wasn't sanding.
Almost.
But
Bill Cole wants to say something.
No, it's bad.
I don't think it would fly.
Okay, Bill, you have to say
And it's
something.
hard to control too.
Yeah, but listen.
I'm trying to figure out how to get it so that the large screen is the person that's talking.
A lot of
Oh, you just
Oh
click
yeah.
one click
Wings
on
are
their
Let me try.
window, on their small window, and
Yeah.
it should go to full screen if you're on a computer. Are you on a computer?
Yeah.
Hey, Rusty, the reason why Eddie can't quote is he scrolls up. I mean, he's got a red dot.
Yeah, he does. Right now, I'm trying to help Bill make people go to full screen. What happens if you click on somebody's window, a little film strip window, Bill?
What
That
it
should
goes
make them
to,
big.
it goes to full screen, but it used to be that like when somebody would speak, then they would go full screen. They would swap between whenever somebody talked, and it's not
okay,
doing
well, go. You see your 4 boxes in the right-hand corner,
4 boxes.
down at the
If
right
you're-
bottom.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you
Sure.
click it one way,
Yeah.
then that gives you a bunch of small screens. If you click it again, it
Okay.
should then go back to what you're talking about. I just put mine back, and it's
Yeah, you're in grid.
Yeah, I'll make a new
if you're in
Okay,
grid
there we
mode,
go.
everybody stays small. If you're in film strip mode, everybody will get big when you click on them.
Okay,
Is that working for you?
it is.
Okay. I like to watch it in grid mode unless I want to see something big. And but you have to manually click back and forth when you're in grid mode.
Yeah.
But when you're in the film mode, running up and down the side of the screen, then it automatically switches.
Wow, it's a regular Halloween.
So this is really weird. I went trout fishing tonight, and what did I find on the bank? Can you see this?
Lift it up a little bit.
Oh, let me make you big.
Hold it closer.
Oh, it's a vacuum tube.
Yeah. I just can't imagine why there be a vacuum tube on the bank of a trout stream.
Maybe somebody thought they could
It's
use
not
it
even
for a
dirty.
bobber.
Yes. Somebody needed a
Did you
bobber.
clean it- Did you clean it up, or was it dirty when you found it, or was it that clean?
Well, it was a little bit dirty. I cleaned it up some, but it wasn't bad.
Was it at the high water mark?
That's an odd thing to find these days.
Well,
Maybe
yeah.
Maybe it floated down the stream if it was at the high water mark.
Maybe there's a tiny message rolled up inside of it.
From 1952?
Yeah. It could be 1969.
Well, yeah.
Hey, Rusty, can you see if Dennis is on the YouTube channel? I know sometimes he watches from there.
If he's not typing anything into the chat box, I can't tell if he's there.
Oh, okay.
And I don't see anything from him.
Because I bought some of this from Harbor Freight, but there's two different kinds. And this is, it says sandable primer, and the other one says etching primer. And the etching primer says xylene in it, and this one just says acetone and aromatic or whatever. So I don't know which one he used.
Use the one with
What you got in your hand?
It was a sandable. They look exactly
It was
the
a
same.
sandable.
except the one says sandable up there, and the other says etching.
You don't use the etching unless you're working on metal.
But I got this, and I figure when people are ready, I got that. I got a piece of balsa wood with 2 coats of dope on it. And I don't know what sandpaper people use to sand their primer, but I'll get some of that. And I thought we could time it. I'll spray it. You'll see how long it takes to dry and how it sands.
What kind of primer is it?
It's the stuff from Harbor Freight. Dennis said last Friday that it works just like the DC 540.
Read what's on the back of the can and the ingredients.
It doesn't give much. It just says acetone and aromatic hydrocarbons.
You don't want to use that one. What's the other one say?
I didn't get the other one. The other one says the etching primer says acetone and ketones.
I thought you said toluene was in one of them, Steve.
Yeah, the other one has more on it. This one doesn't say anything.
So you want to use the one that has xylene and toluene and all the good stuff that'll kill you.
But he said that this works just as good, so I figure we'll try it online tonight. And we'll see how fast it dries and how easy it sands and if it clogs paper or whatever.
Eddie, I will look into the chat thing. I think it's on your end, though.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause right now on my phone, I try chatting and and it pops up and then disappears.
I don't have a clue on that.
And I got 4G and 3 bars on my phone, but everybody else, David Phelps come on there, Ortega, Stunthangar, Jeff Riley, Philip Bailey, all of them come on there, but mine don't show up.
You see,
You see David Phelps?
hello, your badge is red, meaning that you have a very poor connection. Of course, that includes Rusty too.
Right.
Mine's always
Yeah,
red.
but see, I'm trying to type on my phone too, and it's not coming up. It's kicking me out. Let me
So
try
something with
on the
your
computer
channel.
here and see.
So, Mike, did you get all your engines together
Which ones?
that you were going to bring on tonight and show?
Oh, no. Steve, that was some late night stuff there, man. And that was just you, me, and Len talking. We got to let everybody else know. We had a marathon there the other night, guys. We went till 3 o'clock in the morning. And
We had a blast. Oh, Charles was on most of the time, too.
yeah, Charles, Len, Steve, and myself. And I tell you, when you know that it's not being streamed to YouTube, we had some pretty interesting discussions. I can tell you that.
Hey, is Sam still out there?
Yeah, he's sitting here.
Tell him to look on here a second, because I thought we were going to do this.
Look on here.
So I thought we were going to claim engines, so I was going to give you this one ahead of time, because I doubt anybody has a LA 46 like this one.
What's special about it?
It's called a tater bug.
Tater bug.
How all these guys, do engines. This is the best 46 that I've ever ran. But John Tate there from McGrodat,
Yeah.
the piston, he's got a hole milled in it, and it does like sub piston induction so that the back cylinder doesn't get hot. It gets fuel first. And this thing will run on like 3 ounces of fuel for the whole pattern. And we were
I got an FP40 by him.
We were turning 11 5s, 12 5s with it. This thing is a monster.
I like the
Never gets
muffler.
hot, just runs in a 2.2 all the time.
I like the muffler.
Oh, that's off my Evolution.
I got a Tater Bug FP40.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's on my twister.
That's
gave
why
it
it
to
runs so good. The Tater, the stuff he did
It's
to it,
one
I tried to get him to do more of them, but he said he had to have at least 50 of them to make it worthwhile to set up the jig and tooling and all that to do them.
Oh, wow. So our late night discussion devolved into engines, and everybody started pulling out engines and stuff. And we thought maybe one night we can let everybody know ahead of time and just bust out your engine collection, and we can play engine roulette and engine poker and see who's got what, and just show off your engine collection. Not the stuff that's on plate.
Well, yeah, we can do
What's
that.
in your box? You know, everybody's got a box. I know all you guys got a box somewhere that's just full of
Oh,
engines.
yeah.
We all do.
It's
So we
scary.
I got stuff I've forgotten about. Yeah.
Yeah,
I counted mine in one location, and I got 67.
67.
And I'm like, I can't believe that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how stupid are you? Hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of shit sitting in there that I'll never use.
I know. I've sold probably 30 on eBay in the last 2 years. I've done 2 purges, and I know I sold at least 30 engines. So
Some of them I just can't part with, though. Like this, I'll probably never run it. Just a little Inya 30 ball bearing, that special stunt deal he made. But it's never been run. I'll probably never run it. I just thought I had to have it for some damn reason.
yeah, that's like $150 engine too now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn my mic off here in a minute, but I want to tell you guys what I'm working on, what I'm getting into here. We're going to Frankenstein a combat plane. You might have seen me pulling on this one a little bit. So this is, where am I at here? Trying to see my screen.
Did you have a fuel leak or what? What ate up all the foam?
Yeah, so that's what happens when your bladder breaks.
Oh, wow.
And you got a leak in your bladder compartment. That's what nitromethane does to foam. So we got the leading edge here, and then this part here. This was a fast combat plane with a Nelson 36, and I've got a donor plane here, and the cores are pretty similar. So I'm going to whack out the leading edge, scarf it in there, and then use some other bits off of this to fill in the foam. And it probably won't ever be able to handle a Nelson again. It won't be strong enough for fast, but it'll certainly be okay for speed limit. We can make a speed limit plane out of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. I just got this not long ago. It's like a $20 Amazon foam cutter.
Yeah.
So it's a small bow, it's only a 6-inch bow, but you do have a rod as well that you can just put the rod in and move around. I'm going to try out my $20 Amazon foam cutter, and it's AC too. It plugs in. It's not a battery powered one.
Oh, no shit. So it has its own power supply and everything.
It does. Yeah. And for doing stuff like, I was the main reason I bought it was for cutting out bladder compartments.
Oh, okay.
Most of the time I do it with I got a little pistol grip saw, but man, it makes such a mess. And I'm hoping this little guy, I can just go and clean it up. So anyway, I'm going to turn my mic off.
Yeah.
I'm making noise here.
All righty.
Hey, Eddie, on the next members only video that I'm going to turn members only chat on, and then you try to chat. But I think it's on your end. But I need to find out.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm off to bed. I'll see you later.
Yep.
Okay, Sparky, thanks for coming in.
See you, Sparky.
See ya.
So what do you guys usually sand primer with?
220.
Yeah, 220.
220, 320, whatever.
Yeah, I'll start with 220 and finish with 320.
Because I always use 400.
I always use drywall sandpaper.
Oh, do you?
The mesh.
That's 80 grit.
Well, you can get finer grits, but
Yeah, I know.
that way it doesn't clog it up.
I'll try to find some sandpaper because I always wet sand my primer, but
You can buy 3M open coat sandpaper that doesn't clog up too bad. And when I sanded DC 540 with that, I'd make a block and use it to sand, and all I'd have to do is go knock it out on the door jamb or something, and it would just all fall right out of it. And I mean, it would literally fall out of it.
yeah,
and it'd be clean again.
I'll go get some sandpaper, and then we'll spray this up and time it and see how long it takes it to dry and how well it sands, if it clogs paper. That's why I kind of wanted to use paper that people are using, just to kind of know if, what paper.
If it looks a lot like DC 540 when y'all do that, then I'm going to go get some one of these days when I can go.
The last can. I'm like, no, this wouldn't be it, and they're going to be out of it too. But I grabbed the last can off the shelf.
I like to use those sanding blocks. They're foam. They're made out of foam, and then you can get them in various grits between 80 to like 220 or thereabouts.
I got
That's what
It's
I
nice
bought.
because they're about 3.5, 4 inches square, and you can use them wet or dry. But they fit in your hand real good, and you can do curved surfaces real good with.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I got
love
one.
those.
I
And
got
and
one of
when
those.
they get worn out, I just wrap sandpaper around and then press sewing pins with plastic beads on the end of them in and tack it down. You just got to make sure and pay attention and not scrub those beads on your balls. I've done that before and
Yeah,
cussed pretty loud. But if you don't
yeah,
do
I
that,
bet.
then it won't work. Let's see. Members only mode is off. David Phelps and Heracleo, and nothing from Eddie though. So nothing showed up from you, Eddie.
No, every time I'll click on there and it hits it, it comes up and then disappears.
That's strange as hell.
But it didn't happen until I
Until you
joined.
joined.
Yeah, until I become joined the membership or the
Yeah, I understand what you're
membership
saying.
drive.
I knew he was doing a membership thing, so that's your punishment for joining, I guess. I don't know. Well,
No, everybody else, I see others with the icon and everything, and it just don't like me, I guess.
I don't know, but there should be some search terms you can cobble together to search in YouTube because somebody else is having the same problem. As guarantee
Yeah,
you, you're not having any problem that somebody else isn't experiencing.
I can't find nothing. I mean, everything I find is on the curator's end. Turning it on the live chat and
Yeah,
doing members only and all that, but it doesn't say anything. I haven't found anything of why my end is
message.
not showing up where everybody else is.
Yeah, if you typed in channel member messages disappearing, something like that. I don't know. I'll see if I can come up with a answer tomorrow when I'm just stinking around.
Yeah, if you look on your YouTube thing now, it says Jack Snavely says still here, and he's got the icon on his.
Is that what that little symbol is? I was wondering. Oh,
Yeah,
that is that. I understand what that is now. I had seen it on a couple of people.
yeah, that's the membership badge.
Yeah,
And it'll
I get it.
change after you become a member for a month, and it's so on and so on. It's just kind of I paid money to see
Yeah,
this video.
because I've got that on the main forum too. I've got a big one of those on the main forum.
Yeah. I don't know. What's y'all's take on rear intake engines? What are they for?
I don't, back in the earlier days when rotary valve engines, were popular. Well, not that they're not now, but they used to make a lot of them like that. Even in the half A size, the Cox had the thermal hopper and all, or some of those. I forget all their names, but they had rear facing intakes, and it seems like a inefficient way to mount an intake. Seems like they'd be pulling a vacuum back there behind it.
Right. It doesn't seem like it would get the airplane needs.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly.
Who wants to put a timer on this?
You got to watch?
Has anybody got a timer they can time this?
I got a cell phone I can do it with unless somebody else pops up. Let's see. Hang on, let me get. Let's see. I know I got a timer in my tools folder. Tools. Kitchen timer. That ought to do it. Okay.
Eddie, I think the rear intakes were because you could get more air into the crankcase. because when you have a front intake, it's limited by the diameter of the crankshaft and that hole in the crankshaft.
And it makes more turns also.
Okay, I was just wondering. I've seen them, but I've never had one. I didn't know what they were for. If they were for speed planes, or if they were stunt planes, or what.
Boats were big on rear intake. So yeah, same with speed planes.
Okay, I'm ready with the timer, stopwatch.
Okay, hit it. Now go spray it.
Hit it now. Okay, it's running. Is anybody else spraying? Okay. Steve must have run out of Mountain Dew today. He's drinking a Coke, I think.
I got Pepsi and Jim Beam Devil's Cut. I'm by myself tonight. Wife's at her mama's, so I got the house to myself.
Oh, cool. You got your batch in it, huh? Bachelor.
Yeah.
For a night.
Yeah, I'm back after 22 years. I'm bachelor. Yeah.
Who let the dogs out? Oof, 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 oof.
I'll tell you what, it smells the same as DC 540.
Phil Bailey says, I don't know if he meant to say it or not, weed hopper, speed Calden motors such as prototype speed. I know what a space hopper is, or thermal hopper, but I don't know what a weed hopper is. I guess that was a joke, Phil.
I know what a
But
weed whacker
anyway,
is.
yeah, he said a lot of speed engines. He says speed engines. I'm getting that from what he wrote. Greg Rodney says, is he spraying and smoking at the same time?
Yeah.
Steve, are you spraying and smoking at the same time?
Hell yeah.
We just might see a big flash.
You have to get such a concentration built up in a room that if you were like I was outside spraying, you'd have to really put a lot of it in the air to make it go boom. But
oh, hey, Gary.
Listen, if anybody could do it, Steve, you can. We got faith.
So yeah, finally. Sean Emery's got a bunch of control line videos on YouTube that are unlisted. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you find them?
Well, I don't know. You start watching, one, and then it brings up another. And I noticed, there weren't, likes or comments. And then I see it says unlisted. So I don't know why he didn't.
Well, I guess it was ones that he thought he might want to post a link on Stunthangar or email to somebody, and rather than make it private, because there's three choices: public, unlisted, and private. So you can choose either one. If it's private, nobody can ever see it unless you give them the link. But well, wait a minute now. I'm not even sure. Unlisted, you can find in the suggestions, I guess, even though they're not in his playlists or anything. Yeah, he does good videos.
Yeah.
He spends a lot of time setting cameras up.
Yeah. He was talking about, how he would, watch the video, and then it was like he had like tape on the screen and he was trying to figure out, where he was intersecting and stuff like that from watching the video and trying to improve his techniques.
I guess that's one way to do it. Just put a piece of pinstriping on your computer screen and see if you can find if you're parallel with it or not. And if that perspective is actually accurate, it's probably not good for loops. I can hear my voice in the background after I talk. I did that time anyway.
How about Mike?
Well, Steve, we're up to 4 minutes. We're up to 5 minutes now, Steve.
All right. Let's see what.
What's that, Gary?
Well, it's dry. It's dry to the touch.
I was wondering if Mike got blown away the other day.
I was just finishing up yard work, Gary, and the storm blew in. I literally got the mower put away and was trying to close the garage door, and it was blowing 80 miles an hour here. Wow. I mean, it came in about 2 minutes. It went from being fine to a downpour and 80-mile-an-hour winds. I got everything buttoned up and went on the back porch, and I watched the soffit on my neighbor's house get torn off while we were standing there.
Holy crap!
So yeah, a lot of trees down, and a lot of power outages all around us. But I don't think we got the worst of it. But we're okay. We're all good.
That's good.
Still here. Thanks for asking.
Yep.
What's it looking like, Steve?
It didn't clog the 320 paper. This is 180. But yeah, you can see there's no balls or anything like that on either the 180 or the 320. 5 minutes.
That's good.
And I mean, it did a super job.
And did a pretty good bit of the primer come back off? I mean, did you lay it on thick?
Yeah. This is a non-sanded piece of balsa with just some dope on it.
Well, if it works really good, you can be sure you won't be able to get it.
Like I said, it was the last can there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely use this. I mean, you can see it. It really did a nice job up there.
That's good. Okay, now what's the brand name? Has it got a brand name on it?
Iron Armor.
Iron Armor. Okay. I'm going to definitely look for that.
And when I bought it, I used the 20% super coupon. So I only paid $3.20 for this can.
Well, that's a damn good price. Okay.
You definitely won't be able to get it again.
Pardon me?
You're definitely going.
So you definitely won't be able to get it again.
Yeah. But yeah, so I would say this stuff works as good as the 540. I mean, it took 5 minutes to dry, and that's at 70 degrees in this house. You know, it's not even warm out.
Assuming it plays well with the dope.
Well, Dennis said it did.
Yeah. Okay.
What do y'all clear coat with?
I use Randolph.
I use
Brodak. Clear dope or clear paint, or is it the clear dope or the clear?
Brodak clear dope.
Yeah, Brodak clear dope or Randolph clear dope. It's the same. I want to try some of the Brodak crystal clear because the Randolph is kind of a yellowish color because it has a UV protector in it.
Yeah. Well, Brodak sells both in its brand name and their brand name too. They've got a crystal clear and a just clear.
Yeah, Randolph doesn't have Randolph doesn't have the crystal clear. They make that especially for Brodak.
Yeah.
But if you're not painting white, the yellow tint shouldn't matter, should it?
Now, and I painted over white, and I really can't see it even on the white.
I'll say if it's thin enough, you should. But being in a can, if you're looking down in that can and it's 10 inches deep or 8 inches deep, you're going to see the tint to it. So
yeah, it has a yellowish color to it, but I mean it's not like pigmented. And we sprayed it over white, and it looks as white as white, But if you wanted,
how much is it?
If you wanted to, you can always put a drop of blue in any white paint, and it'll look whiter to you because you're just killing yellow. And
okay.
How much is the Randolph? How much is the Randolph Clear?
The last time I bought it, it was a gallon of it. I paid $30-some a gallon, but it was going up. So I don't know what they're actually getting for it right now. I bought mine last summer. And I got on here and told everybody there was going to be a price change. It went for like a week. But I don't know if anybody got it or not. But
Do you buy it from any particular person, or is it Randolph Company?
I get it out of Ohio. It's a Randolph dealer. I can't think. They just changed the name of the place. I can go in and look it up. But they always had free shipping there.
Aircraft spruce?
Yeah, it's part of aircraft spruce, but I can't think of the name of it.
Well, John looks different tonight.
Different camera. The computer's over here. Camera is up there.
You've got a really scratchy sound connection tonight, John.
It's not a good connection anywhere. I've got a red badge on there now.
Pretty much everybody has a red badge on my screen.
Yeah, Greg Rodney says on some of his half-ace stuff, the Minwax spray can lacquer, and it seems to be okay. Yeah, I've used that too. I had a kit bash flight streak. It was actually a Skyray kit, and some of it just left some of it the original wood color, and I put Minwax urethane on it, and it looked great. It's heavy, but it looked great. Yeah, Phil Bailey says he's going to Horrible Freight tomorrow and buy 6 cans before they all disappear. I think Greg Rodney's disappeared because he didn't hear a big boom while Steve was smoking and painting.
A flash of light.
Yeah. Yeah, burn the skin right. Oh, what's Trey holding up there? A motor? What was that? A motor, Trey?
The motor.
Yeah, I was saying this motor is holding very well for me. I mean, I've been running for a while now, not a problem with it. The bearings seem to be okay. I'm happy with it. That's what I said. I'm taking stuff off out of the nose compartment right now.
Mm-hmm. It must have taken a minute for your mic to turn on. Because the only way I knew you were talking is I saw you holding it up.
You guys remember my vac?
I heard the part up until
I got the clamp up here on the wall. It ain't loose. Okay, I think that's about as close as I'm gonna be able to get it. Anyway, I can't see how that looks.
that looks okay. Yeah, we can see it as long as it's sitting.
Was that one long plan? Does it?
Yeah, it looks okay as long as the camera's still.
Here's where I was playing with figuring out using the. Yeah. Okay. You said I had turned it up so that I could look at it better. Look at it as far as one complete unit. I think I got a dog I got to take out. Hold on a minute. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
Goodness, you got a full house tonight.
Yeah, we do. At least we got a house tonight. Didn't have one Friday. Man, my internet's been going on and off today too, so I just hope it doesn't cut us off in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
And once I started, it doesn't matter what happens on my end, y'all will still be making a show.
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. I'm amazed that we can get this many people on a connection and have a good old time with it. So
I think they're doing road work near my house. I'm wondering if that's where they're interrupting the cable service because they keep fixing it and it keeps going back down. And I've never had a problem with my Spectrum or Time Warner cable up until now.
Hey, who's that quiet guy in the red shirt, and what did he do with Steve?
Oh, I'm trying to look up
Oh, okay.
where in Ohio I get my dope and stuff, and I can't think of the name.
Besides the guy on the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Mike is building a jigsaw puzzle there.
We're cobbling, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Took the leading edge off of this one.
Uh-huh.
And gonna plug a hole in this one. Leading edge.
Yeah.
And where the bladder ruptured and melted all the foam. Hey man, we're combat guys. We
looks a whole lot better.
Absolutely.
We repurpose everything, man.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, it's just a hole. You've got to fill it with foam. You know. I'll probably end up taking the tip weight out to make up for all the the glue that's going in there, but it'll be fine.
Actually, I'm a little surprised to hear you have tip weight. I would have thought just the weight of the engine was enough to keep it out.
Now, half ounce on a
Still
big
need about a half ounce. Okay.
half ounce on a big foamy like this. Yeah.
Mhm. Does the bladder go behind the spar or in front of the spar?
Behind.
Behind. Okay.
Yeah, these were Dawson models, and he doesn't use a bladder compartment. He just cuts a hole in the foam and then puts heavy duty tape on both sides. And even though, like, he'll use white glue or some thin epoxy in the compartment, they're not really good when a bladder breaks. That's what happened is the bladder broke and the nitro ate all the foam away in here. This wasn't broken, it was all melted. It was just all melted. So that when I redo it though, I'm going to put an actual bladder tube in it. I use the clear light bulb covers, the stock fluorescent light covers. They're plastic sleeves.
Okay.
Home Depot. They're like 1 3/4 plastic. So I cut one about 5 inches. Put some real thin Depron caps on the end. And that way, if your bladder does break, it's not getting to the foam. You put 2 holes in that, a fill hole and a drain hole. That way, if it breaks, it's going to go out the drain hole and not into your wing. It's a little heavier option than what Jeff does. You know, adding a bladder tube adds a little bit of weight, but it can save you from melting the wing.
Well, it can save you from doing what you're doing right now. So.
Right. Actually, there's a bladder tube right there. That's not the light bulb tube. This is the one out of the F2D stuff, but I'll probably just throw this in there because it's just as good.
All right. Sounds good.
I've been working on combat stuff all day today. I've got one fast, one speed limit, and one slow ready to go. And we finished up the junior magician here.
Or you got Detroit in 2 weeks, right?
Well, that's the plan. That's the plan. But there's the magician with the FP15 ready to go to be donated to the prize table for beginner nats. We're giving this one away.
Excellent. I hope the heck we got a nats to give it away at. So
we'll have a nats.
Hopefully.
Well, the state of Indiana is supposed to be opening up starting today, so I guess we'll see where that goes.
This is the lock I used on this nose for all this time. Has no wear and tear at all on it. It's in perfect shape. So I guess they last. I'm glad.
Well, it's on the nose, and you operate that latch every single flight, then, don't you?
Yes. Yeah, it's the most used latch, and I'm just looking at it, and it has. Sorry. So I'm just gonna reuse them.
Yeah, I've been working on it.
Dennis.
With everything.
I think I'm gonna cut this out of here and reuse this nose ring too on the next plane.
It showed up.
All right, that's before the 4-way charger. All right.
Yeah, it showed up today. So it better impress me. That's all I have to say, man. It's
Let's
sexy looking.
Right. By the time you use that, when you're finished, all you're going to want to do is smoke the cigarette. All right. So.
Okay. Good deal. That's probably next weekend's project is learning how to use this thing and charging stuff.
Mine was really easy to use. Biggest problem I had with mine is that it came with a lot of different jumpers and stuff, but I needed 4 sets of the same thing, and it only had 2. So I had to scramble a little bit to find the extras. It wasn't that hard to do. But,
well, this has 4 balance boards with it, so I should be all set because I ordered 4 charging ports for the Traxxas batteries, so I should be good to go.
All right, sounds good.
So, if I may ask, what's the situation then with Brodex with John passing? I mean, who'll be taking over?
Well, John has been sick for a very long time.
Okay.
And he had, you know, you think of a hobby business. Well, that was like a hobby to him. You know, there you had the grocery business and the videos and everything like that. He's had good people running everything for him already.
Okay.
And they've had a long enough time now. I think they have a pretty good succession plan in place for, you know, for like the groceries and stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to be doing with the hobby business. But the only thing I've noticed so far is that John used to get a lot of letters from customers, you know, asking questions and stuff like that. And I volunteered for them to send those to me. So I'll try to get a little more active in answering questions like that. So, but as far as the rest of the business goes, the other thing I've heard is, well, the factory is still closed. They still won't let them open it up, but they've been doing mail orders. And the way I understand it, they're selling a lot, and they're selling a lot of odd stuff too. The people are, you know, people being shut in and everything like that. They can't even get to the local hobby shop to get things. So they're selling a lot of stuff that people would have normally expected to be getting from the regular hobby shop. So I guess you could say their inventories on at least some stuff must be going down a little bit. And I read on Stunthangar, somebody was saying that shipping has been really weird. It used to was that Pat King sends out he sells kits, and he says kits that normally took him maybe 2 weeks to ship are taking 4 weeks now because the boxes are going like literally all over the country. You go one, you know, apparently they're moving whatever truck they put it on, that's where it's going, and they get it. You see, chase one package back and forth between two depots before it finally made its way out of that loop and into something else. So.
Well, I was listening. There's no real airmail. Well, there's like airmail, but these package places would stick them on flights coming from California to wherever, and they were actually like the overflow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the planes weren't loaded and they weren't too heavy, they'd stick on a bunch of stuff going to UPS, or I guess especially the post office used a lot of carriers, you know, American, Delta, whatever, to move their mail.
Mm-hmm.
And now that that's gone, you know, they're only doing 10% of the flights. Everything's going by truck now.
Yeah, that would explain why the shipping giant is out there then.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah,
I've got enough stash in the workshop to keep me busy. So.
Yeah.
Well, I could really use some Ultra Coat, but
you need to try some China coat from
Hobby City.
Hobby King.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother used
What
some of
color
that.
do you need,
He
Danny?
was happy with it too. Really worked out well for him.
What colors do you need, Danny?
That's the other problems. I'm still deciding. So.
Green.
I've even looked at green. Anybody here get? Anybody here remember EAA? Did you get your new Sport Aviation?
Yeah.
All right. There's the cover shot. There's a Howard DGA from like the 1940s or something like that, and this thing was restored and it was like a grand champion restoration at the last Oshkosh show. And the thing is done in two-tone green with a gold pinstripe, and it's drop dead gorgeous. It really is. So.
Did you just say a green plane that's drop dead gorgeous?
Absolutely. Two-tone green with a gold pinstripe.
There's an imposter here. Somebody call 911.
That's right. That's right. Now, I can tell you, you can't get any of the colors they use. But you can get probably a metallic green and a gold would be all right, but I don't know what other green you'd put with it. So. The John Deere green wouldn't go very well. But, yeah, well.
Yeah, there's a lot of good colors out there. You can mix up
Mhm.
and stuff. But yeah, you need to check out that China coat. I was on here Friday looking it up. A 5 meter roll, but 2 foot wide or whatever, how wide
Mhm.
it is, for $10.
Wow.
I mean, you don't get the cardboard tube and all that kind of stuff. It's just rolled up.
I could do without the cardboard tube.
Yeah. I mean, it's simple. I'll have to say the backing comes off hard. You got to mess with it and get the backing off of it.
Yeah.
It's real flimsy backing. And that's probably how they save money too.
Two pieces of masking tape. Stick it on both sides and pull it apart.
Oh, okay.
The Brodak covering was like that. That stuff handle like the Brodak. You ever use the Brodak covering?
Yeah. Yep.
That's good. It's a nice low temperature. The only trouble I had with it was matching it up, but I didn't have enough of it. My trim colors I was really fighting trying to get low temperature trim colors to go with it. But
what I like about it is that we got, and it's the first airplane we did. Dick did it actually for Samantha. It's called the Sassy Sam.
Mm-hmm.
It was her profile airplane. She flew it at Brodak and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's got to be 5-6 years old. We've never had to retighten the covering.
Yeah.
Not one time. It's like once you heat it and stretch it and stuff like that, you can't go back and redo it. It's like it sets itself.
Huh.
And it just doesn't move after that. But yeah, it's some great covering. Hell, I'd leave it in my truck for 3 or 4 days with the doors closed. And if I'd done that with monocoat, the damn thing would have, been all wrinkly and floppy and everything else. But yeah, I like the covering myself. It's cheap, it's tough, and it works so much nicer. Well, I have to say that I had good luck with Econocoat. I can use Econocoat, and I have used Aura Cover and stuff like that, which better. But this stuff works the best. It takes hardly any heat. It stretches so easy. You can get all the wrinkles out. But
yeah, it's stuff's low temperature enough. You can use it, couldn't you?
Yep, you can put it on the phone.
Yeah. Just an idea for Mike, that's all.
Well, you retiring
Thank you, Mike, Danny.
fuselage, Tryon?
What?
Are you retiring that fuselage?
Yep.
Gonna put all your stuff over into the new one, huh?
Yep.
Cool.
And I'm gonna take. I'm gonna even repurpose these parts inside of it, and because I can take them all, clean them up nicely, and they're like brand new, and I can reuse them on the next plane when I mold the part. I'm not sure when I'm gonna have opportunities to use to make parts like this again. So I'm gonna reuse them. And the belt trunk is perfect. Everything is nice inside of it, and I think this is a good opportunity to do a good look over and see what's wearing out, what's not wearing out, what's working well or not, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, YouTube's got a question for you. Where do you purchase that cheap film? That's from Brent Williams.
Hobby King.
Hobby King? Okay.
Yep. They call
Is
it
that what
Hobby
you want to
King.
know, Brent?
I call it
Okay.
China coat, but it's just Hobby King plastic covering. And there, they got all different colors.
Hobby King. What?
Covering film.
Covering film, that's it. Yep, covering film.
Okay.
But they got transparent, they got every color you can think of.
Okay.
Hey, Steve,
Yeah.
I'm retiring this fuselage too.
Hmm.
Trying to make it a little more aerodynamic, I see. So it goes through, cuts through the window a little better, huh?
Retired.
Here's the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's really good.
Before it's slew.
I like
Problem
that.
is, I did that
set
on
of
takeoff.
drawers you got there.
Did you hook a lead out or something?
I hooked the down wire. Yep, grass was too tall.
Yeah, that's what Samantha did before we
Did a cartwheel and
Samantha did that last year. I don't know, the week before we went to the Nats, and that damn airplane came in at her, and I was chasing it, but I wasn't fast enough. But luckily, that prop hit the ground. It broke the prop, and then everything quit. So we just had to get a prop for it. But yeah, I mean, that thing was that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it caught the down line, and the prop hit the first time a little bit, and then it turned in at her. But it was hauling ass so fast. I mean, it was leaving me in the dust. I was going for it, but luckily the prop hit again, and it broke the prop, and then $60 prop.
Mine did a cartwheel. It did a cartwheel, hit that prop, and it just did it did like 3 twists and just snapped it right in half.
Damn.
And then I dropped it on the way when I got it out of the truck. Dropped it and broke the other wing off. So I said, "The hell with it."
Well, that was like
I'll
my
put it
brother.
back together and hang it up as this way.
My brother, we launched his airplane, and a weed caught the upline, and it traveled like 5 feet and just started a wing over right there. It was just kind of.
Oh shit!
Finally, just boom. Like, well, so much for that. But yeah, I kind of like the down
I've still got it back. I got a Flight Street Junior out in the building, and it calls for a 15 or 19, and I took the landing gear off of it and extended the elevator by double and put a 25 on it, and that thing would haul ass. And I don't know how fast it was going, but I went to snap into the wing over, and the upline broke, and I plowed it in the ground about 6 feet off the ground, and I had to dig the engine out of the ground. That wasn't a pretty sight.
You got another one?
Holding up a motor mount.
You got another one, John? You got your sound turned off or something, John.
Yeah, we're not hearing you, John. The microphone sounded like it was in pretty bad shape earlier. It's never been like that before.
I've been supplying John with microphones.
Oh, have you? He's been giving you free paint, huh?
Yeah.
Fair trade.
Somebody's really banging stuff around.
I think that's trans.
What?
Yeah, it's trying.
Oh, it is trying.
making, Trey.
What?
We hear all the noise you're making.
I'm sorry.
I was just commenting on who was banging around. It doesn't matter. It's not getting in our way. Oh, you got quiet all of a sudden.
Nah, I got grayed
Crickets.
out. Oh,
Quit
well.
messing around there. Oh,
Yeah,
Mike
sure
got
we
his mic off.
Friday night.
What's up?
How
Sure
did
we-
they cut that
Friday.
foam?
How did what?
How did it cut the foam? I know that looks pretty nice. Did it do it easy?
Yeah. I mean, I had to work it a little bit, but I think that's because I was going through epoxy and white glue too. It had to heat the glue up, but just through regular foam, it was trucking on through. So I'm happy with it. I only got it to cut bladder tubes, so it's going to do exactly what I want for $20. And I'm finding out that it's good for this too. So
Yeah, you might find a lot of uses for it. That's cool.
I think John locked up.
Yeah, he went to gray.
Yeah, he's gray. All right.
Yeah, it looks like he's in a different room. He must be working on his 3D CADs in the background or something like that.
He had a plan for a plane up on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a navigator, an upsized navigator. Isn't that right? Or was that you? One of you had an upsized navigator. That was you, wasn't it, Tom?
Yeah, that's me. That's probably my next project, although there are a lot of other things going on with my truck and stuff too, so we'll see if I get to it. Although tomorrow might be a good day because it's supposed to be 45 degrees and rainy.
Oh,
that's nice.
So that might be a good airplane building day.
I think so. Yeah, we had a beautiful weekend, but today it was back to chilly again. Not for a change. Probably could have flown this afternoon, but I don't know.
My son brought his boat over the weekend, and we did a carb rebuild on his boat.
I did that last year.
What kind of engine?
Merc Cruiser V8.
Oh, really?
I got the Merc Cruiser Alpha 1 Gen 2, the 4-cylinder, which is basically a Volvo, 4-cylinder Volvo. But I had to do the carb rebuild on mine as well last year. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
yeah.
His problem was he couldn't get it to start unless he poured a little fuel in the carburetor. So I figured it was the accelerator pump. So we just bought a carb kit and just did it all.
Mine wouldn't idle. Mine wouldn't idle. The idle was all over the place. It was no matter where you set it when you started, it would either end up being way too high or way too low once the engine warmed up. So I finally got tired of messing around with it and just rebuilt it, and that seemed to take care of the problem. So what am I doing? I'm gluing.
I got the windows in my truck, the door windows. So it's all back together. I got the new rubber and felt for the track. And so put the door skins on the inside and the handles on today. So that part's done.
Oh, well. So, John, I don't know if you can hear me, but you need to turn on your camera and microphone. There we go.
Looks like he turned on his microphone anyway.
Well, we're halfway there.
I'm working on it.
So is that
Yeah, everything is so stupidly slow here. That's the new mount that I got from David.
You got no picture.
It's
So does
taken
it,
off the drawing, so it fits perfectly.
You got no picture, John. We can't see you.
I know. I'm working on it.
Oh, I thought you were showing us that mount.
I was, but my camera is not wanting to come on. Try this.
Just refresh the browser tab.
I've done that twice.
Oh, okay. Smack it upside the head with a stick.
That's it.
I'm working on that.
Percussive. That's what you call percussive maintenance.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, Rusty told me that before. Since that computer,
It's
sometimes you gotta
percussive
take and grab it around the
persuasion.
neck and choke the data out of it. Don't let
That's
that thing
right.
hang on to data that belongs to you, right?
Ain't taking no from no damn machine.
Rusty is
So it is,
percussive persuasion.
Rusty, what?
So are you
I said
gonna
it's percussive persuasion.
try it?
right.
Are you gonna throw that whole fuselage away?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not gonna use it. You want it?
Yeah, don't throw it away.
Okay.
Yeah, but put all the stuff back in it before you send it to him. He wants you to put all the stuff back in it.
You think you're funny, huh? I mean, you funny. Look.
Well, I was gonna say it'll always make a good backup airplane.
It can, but the thing is, like, there are two reasons for which I'm replacing it. I want to move the battery forward a little bit, and I cannot do it in that nose.
Yeah.
And number two, when I made this fuselage, I had a lot of pores in here. And in order to fill up the pores, I put a lot of clear coat, automotive clear.
Oh, okay.
To fill in those pores. And this backside is pretty heavy.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Well,
I
it
didn't.
should be.
I didn't realize that.
So right now, by changing it, I'm gonna have. I already have this. Remember when I went last time to make the plane?
Yeah.
I already have this, right?
Yeah.
So all I have to do just transfer some parts into it, and I'm done.
Oh, okay. How about wings? Are you gonna? I know you still need to make one wing for it yet, don't you?
For this one?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh, you did get one done?
No, it's like when I smashed this other fuselage. I went flying the other day for the online competition.
Yeah.
And when I landed, I didn't mark my center. I landed, I put the plane down. I'm rolling down, and it just touched down, right? And the wingtip hit the flight box.
Oh.
But the funny thing is, like, most of the damage to the fuselage is not in a wing.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So you now have an inside wing that you needed, huh?
I still have the inboard wing. This is the new one.
Oh, was the new one an inboard wing too, or not?
Yes.
So now you still need an outboard wing.
Yeah, but we already made the mold for the outboard wing, so
Yeah.
if we make an outboard wing, it's going to be with a new mold then.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. What's very nice about it is that I put the old wing on the top of this fuselage. The fit is just perfect.
Okay.
It's absolutely perfect. It's stunning how well it fits.
So when are you planning to get up to Chicago to build that new wing panel?
Right now, I have no idea. School is over, so right now I'm just in a job search mode.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Because when I was down there, we got the elevators done.
mhm.
You
Yep.
you had the nose.
No, elevators were not done.
I thought
All I had was just I had the fuselage
They
and
can
one
hear you.
extra wing. So what I'm doing, I'm transplanting. I'm using the wings and the elevators from the old plane, and I'm gonna put them on this one. So with this occasion, I have the landing gear blocks in the right position, so I don't have to mess with that. Now the ground clearance should be correct for everything, and I'm reusing the old wings, and that's all there's to it.
Oh, you didn't damage the wing that bad when you hit the box?
No, just surprisingly not. Yeah, this is the wing that hit the box, and the only damage is if you see it's right here. I'm putting my finger on it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You see that little bit over there?
Yeah. So you'll be able to use that then until you get another wing made then.
Yeah. So as soon as I make the new outboard wings, I'm just gonna make another outboard wing like this, and I'm just gonna put it on this plane. So both planes are gonna be the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you got elevators done too when we were there. I know we were polishing. You were polishing up all the molds for the elevator, but
Yeah. Yes. The I made the new mold for the elevator, so I have two molds. That way, when I'm molding stuff, I'm molding everything in one day. I join everything the second day, and starting with the third day and so on, it's assembly time.
oh, okay. All right.
That's the idea. And like I said, this fuselage was kind of heavy, so here, if you want to see a comparison side by side, maybe not a good one. So.
Okay. I don't know if I got enough foam in this.
So this is 272, but it has the bell crank in it.
Oh, okay.
The whole bell crank assembly is inside there, which is about 50 or 60 grams, right?
Yeah.
And this is the old one, no bell crank in it right now.
No foam box anywhere.
No.
This is
How you
267.
doing, Charles?
Oh no
That's
shit.
267.
Doing well.
So I have 2 ounces less on this back fuselage right now. So I'm gonna have a lighter tail, which means my CG moves forward,
Yeah.
which is what I want.
Wing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Steve. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. See, you're making lines
Pretty
up,
good.
huh?
Yeah,
The one I threw away.
I actually got a call from
magnifier
somebody.
on
They
that.
want me to make them some lines.
What's the other day that you did?
I just charged him what Tom Morris would charge.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So you got your little wrapper with the clothespin on it and stuff?
No, I don't. I've never tried that. I like having a little bit more control. So I have the Tom Morris jig, and then I have a what do you call this? A bobbin for fly fishing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
see that video Sparky posted of Jim Lee's line wrapper with his clothespin line wrapper? When he
Okay.
wrapped it,
I've never tried that.
he just held it and spun it and just woo, while it was down in
Yeah,
5 seconds.
I've
Turn it
seen it.
around
I just,
and rotate the other way.
Who needs a line wrapping
yeah,
jig?
You do.
No, I
I
don't.
always like to have one.
I don't use. I've never used
I
this
like
thing,
doing it
man.
this way.
These were trophies at Huntersville one year. See, they put trophy
I
plaques.
remember that. Yeah.
They gave them away to everybody who won first place, and I didn't even win this one.
That was the
Sam
30th
won this.
anniversary.
Yeah, Sam won this one.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the 35th anniversary, I think.
Yeah. It's for sale, like everything else. Who needs a line wrapping jig? We'll trade airplanes or whatever.
I'd love one, but I ain't gonna buy one.
Yeah, I probably should learn how to do it and tie lines and stuff. Have Dick show me again, just in case Dick quits doing it. But he knocks them all out, and we just pay him a few bucks for the string, and because we've been using the the fishing string stuff.
Spectra.
Yeah, Spectra.
You don't even realize how well a glue can hold on things, until you try to push it out. I'm not grabbing on this thing, I'm just trying to push it. Nothing.
Heat it up a little bit.
I have a hole in my hand now.
Yeah, you got to heat it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Soften that glue up. Hey, I was watching a thing on TV, and they were making shit for a satellite. They're taking it. It's a rocket or whatever to bring a satellite up. And they showed the first one that they wound with Kevlar. And they made that tube and stuff. And then they said that now they use graphite fibers. That it's stronger and lighter than Kevlar.
You talking about graphene?
Graphite, they said.
The tensile strength of graphite is 5 times stronger than steel.
Well, I was wondering, instead of carbon fiber, if they didn't make like a graphite fiber stuff.
Same thing. Graphite or carbon fibers, they're synonyms.
Oh, okay. That was pretty cool because they had a Lockheed something 11, whatever it was, and they cut a hole in the bottom of the airplane, and this missile goes underneath it. They lift the airplane up, the missile goes in, then they lift that up in space or up into the bottom of the airplane. The rudder goes up through the bottom of the airplane, it locks it all in, and then they take it up, I don't know, 40,000 feet or whatever that airplane does, and they drop that missile, and it takes off, and then it goes up and puts the satellites in space. And I forget how much fuel it saves by doing it that way.
I thought they closed up shop and went bankrupt.
Was that Lockheed?
I can't remember. It could have been. But I thought they'd given up that because, like, SpaceX is putting up stuff that's even cheaper than what they could have done it for.
Wasn't
They
that,
just couldn't compete. I thought they quit. You could be right. Maybe they are still giving it a try. I don't
maybe it was
remember
an
the
old
name of it either.
documentary too. Wasn't that the Pegasus missile or Pegasus system or something like that?
Could have been.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting concept, though. It basically dropped from an airplane and took the place of the first stage of a normal missile.
Yeah.
They were really limited to how big a payload they could put up, though.
I think SpaceX is making it hard for a lot of people. People can't compete with that, the efficiency pound-wise that they've got for lifting loads.
Yeah, I guess, it didn't say if that Pegasus or whatever they call it, if they could bring the missile back down again after they dropped.
I don't think that was part of their plan.
Yeah, see, that would be the deal where they'd have to do it because they were saying they save like 2/3 of the fuel is burn up in the first stage. That's the huge consumption of fuel. But hell, SpaceX may do it that way. Take a SpaceX rocket up or whatever and launch it off, and then once it's done, it could come back and land or something.
Yeah, they just keep a reserve of fuel to do their return maneuver.
Yeah, but they said that, the airplane part of it was use a fifth of the amount of fuel or something to get it up to that height as it would take it off a launch pad.
Oh.
That's where they were, the big savings was at.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I don't know. But yeah, the SpaceX stuff, that's all.
Hey, how do you share a
How do you share what? Screen? Picture? What did you ask, Eddie?
Yeah, a picture. I want to show you what that.
Okay. Well, find the picture you want and open the picture, and then come back to our video chat session here and click that screen share button down on the farthest button on the bottom left when you hover down there. Got a picture of a monitor with an arrow in it.
Okay.
Get the picture you want to show us up first.
Okay. Problem is, it's on Facebook. How do I?
Cool.
Well, that makes
I
it
see
harder
it.
to do, but you can open it on Facebook and then go back and open the screen share, and it'll give you an option to show whatever is on your screen. So open it big on Facebook, then come back here.
You guys see this?
Nice tail joiner.
Yeah.
Yep. I see it. That's awesome.
It's got dihedral in it.
Yep. And the elevator goes like this. I have a block in here, and it slides like that right on it. And one screw that comes from the bottom here, this what holds it in place. And I also have I also have these two rods in here. Okay.
Oh, there we go. That's the one that crashed. I see a picture.
All right, I got it up. There's the picture of what that Corsair looked like before I crashed it, or after I got it built.
That grass doesn't look that long.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's right after I got it built.
I was just kidding.
That's what it looked like.
Oh, that's cool.
It took me a year. It took me a year to build it. It was a size 15 plane, and I took it to Kinko's and increased it to a 42-inch wing and put a 35 McCoy on it. And so I cut it all out by the plan, and the problem is the wings were glued to the fuselage. It's not a through wing. So it didn't fly that great, but I just thought I love Corsairs, and I thought I'd make it. So I'm gonna glue it back together one of these days and just hang it up.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it took you a year to build it. What, about 6 seconds to rekit it?
Yeah.
To whack it.
Yeah. 0 to crying in 6
Didn't
seconds.
even take that long.
Yeah, zero to crying in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It ain't
Yeah,
funny.
more like
Unfortunately.
microseconds.
10 seconds is too much.
Been there, done that.
1 second is 2 laps.
You must quit flying slow.
I didn't. That's by the time I got out to the lines and got it launched. I made one flight with it and run out of gas, and it glided like a rock, and bent the landing gear. I straightened them back up and tried it again with some hotter fuel, a little more speed out of it, and that was only 2 flights I had, and then I decided to fly it out at my church one time, and the grass was a little high, and it tripped up, and now it's in 3 pieces.
Does it?
The damn ground
Was that a 3-blade
gets
master
higher
extra?
when you least expect it, right? I said the bloody ground gets higher when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets in the way all the time.
It comes up. You get you.
Does Brodak make a Corsair? I know they make the Bearcat. And...
Yes, they make a Corsair, and it looks pretty nice. That's what I was just going to suggest to him. He should build that if he likes Corsairs. It's a pretty nice looking airplane.
And I guess I heard it flies pretty good too.
It's a full body.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that's the one.
No, I don't think the Corsair is full body. The Bearcat is.
No, the Corsair
it is.
full body also.
No, so is the Corsair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could make it
into a profile. I'm sure you.
Yeah, I'm sure you can make it into a profile.
What you do is just trace out the wing part and then build it as a profile. Make a second one.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with the Corsair is it's like the real ones. They had to be flying 400 miles an hour to fly good.
Yeah.
And when they slowed down, they had a problem landing on aircraft carriers because they didn't like to fly slow. From what I gather with this one, it didn't have enough wing area to glide good. But the son of a bitch was a fighting son of a bitch.
But you see, when it's built as a stunter,
World War
it's got
II,
a
they had
thicker wing with more lift.
Right. Yeah, it's.
So
but it had 11 to 1 kill ratio. And, yeah, I don't guess when, like I say, it was designed as a 15 size plane, and I probably could have beefed up the wings a little more to give it some more wing area, but.
Yeah, when I was young, I built a Royal Corsair, and it had, I forget how many plywood pieces that you had to put together to stage that thing in there. Oh my God!
Oh yeah,
I had one hell of a time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got one built, and then trying to get the other wing to match that one. Because how all them stringers were, if you move them stringers a little bit, tipped the wing,
Change
and
the diagram.
it was a hell of a deal. I ended up giving it to a guy,
Well,
and he traded me another airplane for
the
it.
blueprints I had, the blueprints I got, you had to cut. I had to cut the little plywood angle guides to set the angle for the course for the clean type offset to it. But do you know why it had the gold wings?
Propeller clearance.
Because it had that top on it, and to get if straight wings, the landing gear would be so long that when it landed on the carriers, it would fold the landing gear up like it did on mine when it hit the ground. So they come up with a design to drop down, and it shortened the landing gear. Plus, it also give them a hinge point to fold the wings up so they can get twice as many on the carrier.
Yeah, my dad said he's seen them
Unfortunately, airplane.
He's seen Corsairs fly in the Korean at the beginning of the Korean War. They were still flying Corsairs.
Yeah.
But
what were you saying, Lynn?
They were bad planes.
I was just gonna say, unfortunately, some of the planes that work good in real life don't work the best as in modeling, unless you really work the design a lot to get it to work.
Yeah.
So in other words, if you take a scale World War II airplane, you have to change it around an awful lot to get it to fly good in control line or an RC or whatever, because they just don't want to do that in those specifications at all.
Right. The control line stunt is always flown best with symmetrical wings, and of course, none of those planes had symmetrical wings. They were different airfoil on bottom and top.
But you can build symmetrical wings, and you can make them look very realistic still.
Yeah.
Or at least very good. I shouldn't say realistic, but very good. Let's put it that way.
yeah, there was a Corsair scale airplane about 3 years ago there at the Nats, and he put a rotary engine in it. I mean, this thing was huge, and he flew it around one time and landed and stuff like that. Then we heard it fire up again, and we watched, and he took off, and we're all sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden it goes, eep. They said, look at that, he's doing a bombing run. I said, no, he's doing a crash and run. Wham! It hits it all up. Yeah, so, yeah, that big old thing, it went in, and, I don't know what it weighed. Probably 100 pounds or whatever. It was a big airplane.
100 pounds.
But
yeah, I mean,
now
if you build so much time just building them, and you want to spend time flying, so they are very good builders, but when it comes to flying, they are really crappy flyers. Really honest.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Look at all the scale contests and how they fly the planes. It's like, what? How can you fly it so bad?
Well,
the
other thing is too is now on these bigger airplanes they're putting in 2-3 receivers to work different things just in case they get a glitch. And he had something on his. And he was flying straight level, and I seen that thing do that quick pitch, and it just went. And I'm like, he got hit. He got something. That damn thing just said wham. But he couldn't pull it out or anything. But yeah, they have a damn $10,000 airplane and a $200 radio in it. But
the more gizmos and gadgets you have on an airplane, the more chances are you're going to lose the airplane.
yeah, they make redundancy stuff now that you can stick in these real expensive airplanes to keep from happening. You can switch to a different receiver and different servos. It'll have like 4 servos
if you're fast enough
on on the ailerons, and 2 of them are worked by one receiver and 2 of them work by the other. So if you lose one, you don't have all the power, but it may, it's strong enough so you're supposed to be able to land it and stuff like that. But
yeah, if you can figure it out fast enough, that's what's going on.
The good thing with mine was I only had about $60 in it.
Yeah.
That's you don't worry too much at that cost.
Yeah, $25 for an engine, $25 worth of wood, and about $10 worth of paint.
Sometime in the next 5 years, I want to build a Windy Adamusco Spitfire, but I just haven't got around to it. It's a big project.
That's such a beautiful plane.
I'll tell you
a lot
what,
of work though.
If you talk to Gary Lutz, he still has all the jigs and stuff to make that wingtip when you build the wing out.
Okay, that's cool.
That's how Adamusco and them did it, and he's got the jig somehow that when you build that out on the plans, it needs that jig to get that shape. But I know he lets you use them if you ever wanted to do it.
That's cool. I've got a canopy
Gerald.
and I've got a set of engine exhausts. I've got most of the stuff that I really need, so I should be good to go pretty much. It's just a matter of biting the bullet and getting down to it.
Hey, Gerald.
Hey, Gerald.
Max.
Gerald.
Is that Max or
It seems to be a big delay. Hi, Steve.
Hey.
There is with some people.
Well, this is Max tonight, our animator or cartoon drawer. It seems to be a big delay in the period that we speak and the video. And I noticed on YouTube it's showing subtitles.
Yeah.
Is it a new feature? Every time we speak, we're bringing up subtitles on YouTube.
That's because we can't understand
the 8x8 feature.
Because we got an accent.
A little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Gerald, that's so we can understand people
been having
from New Zealand that speak that weird English. We got the Canada subtitles going
before the people speak. So I presume
Hey, Steve, just sit there and be nice, okay? You got in enough trouble the other night. Try to be a good boy tonight.
We had a lot of fun the other night.
Yes, we did.
Going back
too much fun.
Going back to what Gerald was saying, the only people I see a big sound delay problem with is Lynn and John has one sometimes, but as far as everybody else tonight, it hadn't been too bad. I can tell Lynn can't tell when people are talking, but Gerald has it worse than the rest of us.
They're a lot further away.
Yeah.
It takes.
I think that's what it is.
it seems to be about 5 seconds.
Yeah, theirs is on sub speed of light.
Yeah, it wasn't like this the other night when I was on, but just tonight it seems to be particularly difficult to communicate. Oh, yeah. It's going.
I read that those delays were not uncommon.
Are you getting any good flying? Is the spring weather kicking in now?
Not here. We're supposed to get snow by the end of the week. It's supposed to be accumulating up in the northern part of Michigan. So that means Tom,
It's a
he'll
bad
be
word. Don't say
degrees
that.
here.
Means I'll be getting some too.
It was 90 degrees here today.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
90. Wow.
Did you get your snowblower back out, Tom? Get it ready?
I have a bobcat. I use a bobcat to clear snow.
Oh, okay.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
I got a long
Y'all talking about
driveway.
that when I went to Nashville Auto Diesel College about 15 years ago, one of the instructors was from Minnesota, and I asked him how he got down here in Nashville, and he said he just got tired of the snow and he loaded up his snow blower and back of it and drove south until he found somebody to ask what it was. So he figured that'd be a good place to stop. So that's a funny little color you got there.
I had a buddy that
sounds like a pretty good strategy.
That's pretty funny.
Had a buddy that went to northern Michigan, and he had a picture in the 70s of his dorm, and the first floor windows were covered with snow, and the guys were jumping out of the second story window into the snow down below them. It looked like a tunnel on the sidewalk going into the dorm. It was crazy how tall it was. Hell, I had damn snow 10 foot deep. They're coming off a
Hey, I jumped off the roof. When I lived in Barrie, Ontario, I jumped off the roof of my house into the snow one day.
Were you able to get out?
I was a little younger then, mind you. Well, I was pretty deep, I'll tell you. I was in well up to my hips.
Yeah, that's too much snow for
I
me.
got out. I'm still here. Oh, yeah.
If you can fall off the roof and it don't hurt you, that's too deep of snow for me to live in. I'll live around.
It was bad up there the first year or two I lived there. It was unbelievable. I had piles on each side of my driveway, and I only had a single driveway, and it was almost 7 feet high on each side. It was crazy.
I had about a
shit here in Tennessee. If we get 6 inches of snow, the whole state closes down.
Shit, yeah. Not even take 6 inches.
Now, well, most of the time it's ice anyway, so.
I create a pile at each end of the driveway, and it ends up being about 15 feet tall, that pile of snow. And it just, the pile just melted about a week ago. The last of that pile.
Jesus. Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah, when we moved down here, people were getting excited over 2 inches of snow, and I'm like, "What are you all excited about? Oh, it's a snow, and they're gonna have a storm." Get real! It's not a storm; that's a flurry. Give me a break. 2 inches of snow. I don't even blink my eyes at 2 inches of snow. What's that? That's
Well, when my sister moved to Maine, she was in a store from South Carolina. She moved to Maine and was in a store one day, and what we just call a 4 o'clock spring thunderstorm came along, and they locked the doors down, and she's like, "What the hell?" And everybody was freaking out, and she said, "Let me out of here." They said, "You can't, there's a storm going on out there." And she said, "It's not, it's just a thunderstorm. Let me out of the damn door." And they were hunkered down like it was a bomb shelter. So that's the difference. So, you know, we feel that way about snow, and I guess those maniacs felt that way about southern weather.
Thunderstorms.
That's how we know the
Yeah.
people are from the north or from the south.
That's right.
Well, it's like last Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know, we got that rain. We got 4 inches of rain in like 6 hours. Shit, everything was flooded here. But it was like a damn southern rain shower. But our ground can't take it like it can down there.
Oh, I missed a comment
It's
from
like when I was
YouTube from Phil Bailey. He must be talking to Tom, because he says, "How drunk were you when you jumped off of the roof into the snow?" That was from 11:53.
Not at all.
I don't know if that's who he was talking to or not.
How drunk were you? Well, I figured I was up there clearing the snow off the roof of the house because there was too much up there. And when I finished, I thought, well, why not just get down the easy way, jump off the front of the house?
That's right. That was
I had to do it once just to say I did it.
That's pretty sad when you got to shovel your roof. I can see shoveling the
Oh, yeah,
driveway.
I was up there
You gotta
shoveling
shovel
the
roof. Shit's
Oh,
bad.
no, come on. Steve, this is Canada. If you live in the wrong place in Canada, you shovel your roof to get the snow off it or it caves in. That's how much snow we had.
When you move south.
You always have to get up here in Canada in some place. You always have to get up on the roof in the winter and shovel the snow off, or it'll cave in on you.
I'd have me a steel roof with some heaters in it. And it got so thick, I turned the heaters on and let that shit slide off the steel roof.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you wanted to pay for it for me, I'd have taken it. Don't worry about it. I was young and had a house. I was happy just to have something to live in.
Check out my igloo.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, come and see my igloo. Come. That's right. Come to my igloo. Oh boy. There's a reason why I can't build a wing straight. You ever tried building a wing straight in an igloo? It's a bugger, let me tell you. You build it straight and you wake up the next morning, it looks like a pretzel.
Everybody say, "Hey, Len, why do you always got anhedral tails on your airplane?" I can put them in the house.
Hey, y'all let me ask Gerald a question. Gerald, can you hear us well enough to understand what we're talking about? Is the sound coming in for you good enough?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. I might sign off for today and try back another time, but I didn't come in late because the boys were using the computer for their schooling. Since we're still in lockdown here, we've got both boys on a computer each day. So that's probably another reason why the internet's very slow. Is everybody's trying to work from home, and until everybody gets back to work in their normal premises, it's very slow. Some days it seems to be better than others, but today it seems to be particularly slow and hard to communicate. But I was watching on YouTube before when they, briefly before I came on, but it is hard to communicate.
Well, I was reading an article in the video chat forums, and lots of people are having that trouble. So it's not just you; it's everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll bid you all good night, and I'll catch you around. Hopefully, we'll have a better bandwidth next time.
All right.
So, good night,
Gerald.
All right.
Good night. Take it easy, Gerald.
Stay safe. Don't be going.
Well, I just put this brand new, the old elevator on a new plane.
Yeah.
And if I'm running my hand over here over the joint sideways like this, I can't feel anything. Neither on the bottom, in either side of the plane.
You have nerve damage?
Steve, you're number one. I'm not gonna show. I'm not gonna say which finger.
You said you couldn't feel anything. I'm like, at least you should be able to feel the stab.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm wondering. I think what I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to replace that aluminum piece with a single piece, maybe make something with carbon fiber and mold it and put some aluminum inserts on the both ends that I can drill them and tap them afterwards.
What? Yeah. You think it'll be lighter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I heard carbon fiber can be heavy if it's like the same size or whatever the aluminum.
True. Yes, but you don't use that much.
Right. So you'd have to make something up to take the slop up in the inside of the fuselage and the stab.
Yeah, I think the way I would do it is I would just use a couple of layers of unidirectional, and then put a what you do you put a one of those those braided sleeves of carbon fiber on the top of a piece of foam, and you take the foam and you put epoxy in it and then put in between paper towels and soak all the epoxy out, right?
Yeah.
So you take the foam through the braided stuff, you put your unidirectional in a mold, and you put your foam inside and put the blocks of aluminum at the end, and then you close the mold.
Oh, okay.
And as the foam pushes everything towards the outside and stuff like that, and it works as a filler that just enough so it stops it from collapsing.
Oh, okay.
But the idea with carbon fiber is that you want to use it in a direction in which it's being stressed, right?
Yeah.
So the braided sleeve would take the splitting area, right? It's going to stop it from splitting, right? The strands from splitting like that, and the unidirectional takes the load. You can also do it with just put some foam inside there. Will work just as good. Cut some pieces of foam to the correct size and just smoosh them inside there and use some epoxy with micro balloons inside of it to cover. And as you close the mold, all of that excess is going to just get out of the mold and ooze out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, there are lots of ways in which you can do
it'll be the I was thinking you were going to use a solid piece of carbon fiber, but yeah, as long as you make it a tube, it'd be lighter then.
Yeah, no, yeah. I would just make it just a simple rectangular tube with a bent angle built into it and the shapes on the outside. It's just a rectangular shape that tapers out. So basically everything you saw over there, it just only is going to be a all right, enough talking. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I understand now.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to use a solid piece of carbon fiber.
No, but that's an option, if you really want to do it. The problem I had with that is that when I made my elevator, I make everything symmetric, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I put like this or I flip it over opposite side and just put it in, right? So because of that, everything is centered on the elevator, it's the center line, right? Including the box.
Okay.
Right? For the take apart, the box, the dowel pins, everything is centered on the center line in the line. And what I did put the spar on a dihedral. I put the dihedral in a spar.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of the method to my madness in that one.
So when do you think you'll have this one? You can take it out this week yet, or this weekend? Try to get a flight on it.
It's possible, yes. It is possible. I mean, I don't have much to do, and it just transfer most of the stuff on the other side. Uh, I need to look for some things, that I don't know where they're at. Because I mean, I need a syringe to fill in the gaps in here with the epoxy, because right now all of these spars are just tacked in place. They're not they don't have a final glue bond. But what they have a little bit of a gap in between them and the wall. So I had to be careful and with the syringe come in those holes and start to inject stuff in there to fill in the gap
Oh, okay.
to get a nice hard bond. And once that is done, I'm good to go. Right, even on the horizontal right now, I can just probably just use it like this. I don't really need to glue the spar in place because it doesn't need it. But it's nice to glue it in place to have it nice and solid.
Yeah.
So that's anyways.
Yeah. Well, maybe by Friday or so you can let us know how the airplane flies with a new fuselage. If taking weight out of the tail makes that big a difference, and the new.
I think it's gonna make a difference, right? I think right now the setup I had on the last one, it was kind of a little bit edgy, right? On a on a it was stable. It was flying nice and stable, but it was a little bit on a touchy side around the neutral.
Okay.
A bit too touchy for me. But I think, but it's not a problem. The problem was the tracking. I think the tracking was just tiny bit off, right? And I think if I had the CG forward about a quarter of an inch to 3/8 of an inch more forward, and right now it's almost at, I think it was about close to 4 inches back from the leading edge, so it's considerably backwards, right?
Okay.
But I think if I had a full CG just a little bit more forward, it would track much nicer. I just want to have it lock in a little bit nicer. But other than that, I was super happy with it.
Well, yeah, you'll have the new front end on it, so you can adjust the battery and the tail being lighter. And
yep, I think just the tail being lighter is going to be a plus.
Yeah.
Because if I keep my battery in the same spot, that means the most of the mass is closer to the CG.
Yeah.
Instead of being forward enough, so the moment of inertia, is going to be a lot less.
Well, you should be able to try that first with the tail being lighter without even moving your battery. See what you think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm hoping tonight to get to tack this in place, the main spar, so I can do a finish glue soon. Because as soon as I'm ready to do the finish glue over there, I want to do them all. I want to glue the back spar, and I want to use all these hard points in the fuselage on the sides as well.
Okay.
I want to glue everything in one shot, and I don't want to mess with. Yeah.
Be careful not to glue the wings onto the fuselage.
Yeah, of course.
Put it all up there. Got it perfect. Oh shit! They don't come apart.
Yeah, you can. I mean, since these elevators are quite used, right? So I can. You can always add a little bit of with a Q-tip and a little bit of grease on it.
Yeah.
You can just put a little bit of that stuff right there on where the spar goes in place.
Oh, okay.
And you just wipe it down, very thin layer, not a thick layer, just a super thin layer. And when I tack it in place, what I do is I see right now it's assembled. What I do, I take one of it out, and I'll show you.
And on Samantha's airplane, when we put the tail together, I ended up getting one teeny little bit of epoxy that was from the fuselage to the stab, and ended up having to pop it out. But it was just a like a pencil point, but it was hard to believe how much that little piece of epoxy held that. I'm thinking to myself, oh no, I'm screwed.
So what I'm doing, do you see this?
Yep, your spar.
So I can get through the hole to the opposite side. So to this side over here on the inside part, right?
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter the top or bottom or something like that. They just put a drop, a big blob of, a little blob of glue over there to tie in the this far to the inside.
Yeah, you just got to keep it from sliding back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Basically, and it doesn't, because once the stabs are in place, that keeps it from sliding also. So.
Yeah. And what I had on the other one, I put a stick of I put a stick of balsa wood like this, coming across like that.
Oh, okay.
In the front, because the front wants to squish in a little bit. But as soon as you put the stick, the cross brace that goes across from the front, it really locks this thing inside, and it's not going anywhere. The front locks the front, and the spar itself is going to lock the center part, and you don't really need it on the back.
Okay.
So that's But right now, as you can see, like I can easily put a little bit of epoxy on the top of a stick.
Yeah, and just
reach inside and glue from the inside wall to the top of top of the surface down in there, right on the other side. So the odds of that glue wicking out and getting all the way down to the stabilizer pretty much nil, nothing.
Okay. Yep.
So
and then you can do the same thing from the other side back.
Exactly. Yeah. Because after I glue this in place, what I do, I put this other half on, and I bolt it in, right?
Yep.
So the spar is correctly positioned, and after that, I take this side that I just finished glue. I take this one out and put the glue on the opposite side, put it back in, and hold it together. And now, basically the spar is in position. It's positioned and it's very precisely positioned.
Yeah.
And all we have to do after that is just go and inject the epoxy right there in a hole, so it's going to fill in all the gaps and stuff like that, so I have a nice strong hold, a nice bond.
Yeah.
And as you can see on the other one, I tried to push it out and move it, and no, not going to happen. I had to cut out the stuff around, and only then I could pull it out.
Okay.
So this thing is strong. This is very strong stuff. And what I like about it is that it doesn't take a whole lot of space. I mean, this is not even maybe an inch sticking out.
Yeah.
Anyways. And they're interchangeable. I mean, this just proves that I can make parts, and as soon as they come out of the mold, they're usable, and I can pretty much transplant them from a plane to the other one.
Yeah.
The only thing I cannot replicate perfectly is when I put the cups inside the wings, and they can be a little bit in or out, distance from the edge. So if you measure the distance from this edge, to the center of the cup, okay, it varies a little bit, not much. Are we talking 20 thousandths or so? I mean, we're talking 3 pieces of paper kind of thing, right? So because of that, when I make the retaining parts, it has a thread in it, so I can screw them in a little bit or pull them out a little bit depending on what I need.
Oh, okay.
And just by turning this a couple of turns or in or out, I can put another wing in there on the same plane, and it's locked in and it's good to go, ready to fly. So this is the only adjustment I make to change from one wing to the other one. Just a few turns on this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See, this is the part. So
Len,
this.
wake up.
Yes, Master.
We lost Len again.
There he goes.
He'll come back around. He usually snoozes for about 30 minutes and then he'll be back. He's just getting his second wind.
He does that. So
you guys see and hear me now?
There he is. Welcome back, Len.
There, welcome back, Glenn.
It's like
he takes a nap, and then that way he can stay up till 3 in the morning talking with us.
What are you working on,
Can you
Charles?
guys see and hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, John, go ahead.
I had to back up, turn my computer off, back on, and that was the only way I got back in.
You had to go to a whole different room.
Darn near. It looks like it because I wound up with my screen flipped.
Oh, okay. That ain't the same room you were in.
I think we lost Rusty too.
Yeah.
Everyone,
back now.
Raise your hand if you're awake or your computer's working.
There we go.
All right, now we know who's here.
I think Eddie's taking a nap.
Yeah, I think Eddie's asleep too.
Well, I think that's because on my computer, Len and Eddie are right next to each other.
No, I'm here.
We decided to take a nap together.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear us, Eddie?
I got a question for Denny.
Yes, sir.
Denny, did you get a notice that version 2020 was available? And you could upload it or download it on draft site?
Okay, you broke up on me. Can you try that again, John?
I got a notice from draft site that version 2020 was available for download.
I haven't got that message yet. I have to go look wait for it.
I don't know what that was.
Is it available now?
I downloaded it. It's available now.
Okay.
I downloaded it. It's pretty darn decent, and it has it appears to have SolidWorks with it.
Try and turn your mic off.
I'll have to check that out, John. I have not got that message. So.
Hey, Mike.
Well, I put it in, and I'm quite happy with it. I just want to let you know you may want to look into it.
I think I will. Been working really well. Been able to do a little bit of messing around the other day. I was having a devil of a time. I designed some stuff, and I wanted to print it out on a PDF. Use it for templates, and the PDF won't scale right, and I can't figure out what the heck I'm doing wrong. But the drawing's not coming out the proper size.
What are you doing for? I use a program called Cute PDF, and it actually I use my print command, and I print it to PDF, and so I could set my paper widths and set it 1 to 1, set any scale I want on it before I actually print it off. And it prints the file as a PDF file.
Yeah, I've been trying to use.
How does that compare to yours?
Through draft site, and it's clear, but it's not. It doesn't come out the right size. I've tried changing margin settings and
I'll have to look at it.
I've tried rearranging the parts so that they were not taking up as much space on the drawing or anything else, and I can't seem to make it work right. No.
Is your paper size correct?
I'll take a look at it. I've never used the one on. What was that, Tom?
I said, is the paper size correct when you print?
Yes. Yeah, I can select the paper size when I export, and in fact, I can select either 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 8.5. All right. And I can set it to landscape or portrait, and no matter what I do, the thing comes out either too big or too small. So,
are you printing
I
it
have considered
to a scale, or are you printing it?
That's a little extreme.
Couldn't hear you that time.
No, nothing. Just all right. I'll try downloading the new
Sometimes
version and see if that helps anything.
Okay. Let me know.
There's a selection on the print command 1-to-1. Is that what you're selecting?
I'm not using the print command. I'm exporting. Export to PDF. I'll try printing it next time.
Well, when you print the PDF to the printer,
I have it print the actual size.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an option to let it expand or shrink it, make it fit the page. But I'm not using that. I'm putting it. Make sure that I don't have anything too big or anything like that. And it doesn't seem to be happy with it. So.
Well, guys, I'm getting off. I'll see everybody Friday.
Yeah,
see you, Steve.
Guys, have a good week.
You guys take care.
Steve, you said my name earlier.
Try to be back Friday. We'll see. Hang in there, everybody. Have a good time.
The size of hole you had in that wing, you could probably put about a 20-ounce bladder in there.
Yeah, pretty big hole.
Looking good though.
It's fixed now.
Yeah. Now you just got to cut your bladder tank back in, huh?
Yeah. I made up a bladder tube for it. It'll go right there. So I'll have to cut some foam out that I just put in, but I wanted to just use one big piece for strength.
Hell, I bet
take out what I don't need.
I'll bet you that'll be just as strong as it was before, Mike.
Yeah, it will. Like I said, I'll have to take tip weight out because I added all this weight over here. But hell, it'll probably be the best flying airplane I have because usually the crappier they look, the better they fly.
You say, I'll scad this together, and it's like, damn, that's the best one I got.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you have a good one. See you Friday.
Take care.
Yeah.
See.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm out too.
Yeah,
See y'all later.
Like flies.
Hey.
They're dropping like flies.
Gee, Tom, we talk a little CAD work and everybody goes away.
Yeah.
Must be boring.
No, it wasn't a CAD work. I don't mind listening to that stuff.
Hey, Charles. I watched you in a video today.
Sparky says, you don't need no CAD. Sorry, go ahead, Gary.
I told Charles I watched the video of him today flying. I was watching some different flyings. And so that's Charles flying there.
Have you stumbled on my channel yet, Gary?
I'm not sure.
I got a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel. Now I haven't put anything up recently because Facebook ruined me for that. I used to shoot on a digital video camera every contest I went to, combat contest, stunt contest, SAM flying. I would come home, upload the video to YouTube, and then put them on my YouTube channel. Well, once Facebook came out with the Facebook Live feature, I can use my phone, push 2 buttons, and the videos are automatically streamed up to Facebook. So it kind of killed me from using my digital video camera and then having to upload and edit everything. So,
but you know, Mike, those are your best videos. I really love. I watched them all, and I really like your old videos. There was one when you had a contest in was the brick house contest. What was the name of it? Beautiful footage, full flight, very nice. I love those.
It's a lot of work to shoot all that video and then upload it and edit it. It's much easier to hit two buttons on my phone, and then you get what you get. You know, it's just there and it's done. But Gary, if you look at just go to YouTube and look M Lonke. It's Mike Lonke. Just my first initial and my last name. You'll find my channel.
All right.
There's it's mostly control line stuff on there. There's a few other things, but it's mostly control line.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah, if you haven't stumbled across them.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Charles. Go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yes, indeed.
I was trying to ask Dennis a question. And now I can't hear you guys. Hang on. What happened to my...
Well, I didn't know. I didn't see Dennis leave.
Dennis left already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see Rusty leave, but he's gone too.
Yeah, he texted me. His internet is down, so he's looking in on his phone.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just coming back now.
Oh, there he is.
So
Trayan, if you can get about half the guys out there flying in contests, get them flying your airplane, then anybody crashes one, they can borrow pieces from the other guy.
So what I made a piece of, this is just a piece of dollar foam board. So what I'm trying to do, I'm inserting it inside to push from the inside out to spread out the backside a little bit. That's what I'm trying to do right now. A little pressure.
Yeah, you need a little pressure.
Yeah. So I'm supporting it from the inside. And then what I'm going to do is I tighten up the screws, going to pull it back in exactly where it needs to be.
Yep.
Hey, Gary, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Which video did you see? Which plane was it?
Oh, golly.
Was it the one that pops up right away? Was it red and white?
Well, I'm not sure.
Nobler?
Yes,
Okay.
It's a Nobler. Yeah.
It was a Nobler? Okay, yeah, that was at a contest. And yeah, that was quite a bit of ways ago. But that's my biggest views video on my channel.
It was a blacktop, field there.
Right.
Looked
Yeah,
like it's
that's
in a park or
actually,
something.
Yeah, it's actually in South El Monte. The place is called Whittier Narrows. And Sparky used to fly there. And Jeff Riley on the Stunthangar, he's flown there. And it actually has a car track, has a speed cage, there, and they have combat to the left of where I'm flying. And It's one of my. I like going there. It's close. About a little less than 2-hour drive for me to get to that contest. But if you go back on my channel, I have some video from last year's Nats flying Sparky's Junar.
Yeah, I tried to get him to fly my plane. He didn't want to.
I wanted to. Sparky left. He wanted to leave. I wanted to leave Friday, and he was my ride back to Ohio. So and I was flying his plane to go. I really didn't have much choice or say in it. And I was okay. I was there all week. I got there. I think we got there Monday morning, and we stayed, till Friday. So I saw top. I think I saw either top 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made it this year.
So it was good. I had a. Yeah. I saw that. Did really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video of me flying, Sparky shot the video at the Nats. And that was my first official flight with that plane. And only like my third pattern. And who was it? Mike Lonke asked, what was I doing? And I'm wrapping some lines. So I usually get like a spool of 1,000 feet. And as soon as I can, I divide it into 2 rolls. So then I terminate the end on one roll, then terminate the end on the other roll, then take those rolls out. And then I mark off whatever length I want. And I come back, and then I terminate the ends. So that's kind of my method. And so I finished the 1500s, and now I'm wrapping up 1800s.
Okay.
And I have some brass lines I want to wrap up too.
That's going to be one of my projects this week. I've got to make up several sets of lines for combat. I'll pick a nice day. I do mine out in the driveway. I got a little rig I set up on the back of the truck, and I do 2 terminations, run out 62 feet or whatever, and then run my tape out. And then I got another little rig I set in the driveway, and I sit on my driveway and mark everything and cut them. I do crimp stove for combat planes, so it goes pretty fast. I can bang out quite a few sets in short order.
Yeah.
If I'm doing steel, which I do for fast combat. I use steel for fast combat, but everything else that we run half A and speed limit, I do Spectre lines, and I do them the same way with my same jig, but of course it's just tying a knot, so those go really fast.
Hey guys, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yeah.
It takes me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My internet's down, so I'm gonna go ahead and retire for the night. I'll have to call Sparky and get him to shut the YouTube feed off when he wakes up in the morning because I can't access it now. Okay. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming, and hopefully my internet will be better by Friday. At least I got past 12 o'clock.
I'm Bob Hunt. And along with Bill Williams,
everybody take
I'm going to be showing you.
And we'll see y'all later. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Your mic's off,
Well, I've
Lynn.
been putting a lot of.
Well, I think I got lucky.
You got lucky.
Yep.
All right.
Anybody we know?
Yeah, I don't need to put the stuff inside to spread it out.
Nobody else did.
Because right now, as is, it's kind of the fuselage wants to bounce out. So it's perfectly nice and tight. All I have to do is just mix some 5 minutes.
Oh, good.
and I'm in business. I don't have to shop, but I'm gonna put it inside anyways, just in case.
So I might have missed it, but why are you changing fuselages?
He did it.
You don't want to tell that story
He did a
again.
dumb thing.
White boxes in front of your plane, things happen.
Okay, that's right.
And
you know what? Who was it? Bob Whiteley told me that you always crash your favorite plane because you fly it all the time.
Yep. But you know what? Maybe it's a good thing because I was planning to, this was going to be my second plane, right? My number 2.
Right.
But because now I'm changing everything, it's going to become my number 1 again. So what happens is that, see, when I made this fuselage, I had a lot of pores to fill in, and I put some clear coats on it, of automotive clear coats, and then I send them off. I send them off as much as I could possibly can, right? And when I did that, this piece over here, the backside, is very heavy, right? So the new side with the control system inside of it, which is about 2 ounces or so, it's lighter than this one, okay? With no control inside of it. So it's a significant difference. And because the plane was a little tail heavy, by using a new piece which is lighter on the tail, then it's going to push the CG right where I want it to be. That's the whole idea. Right. And the idea for the new nose is that, well, not only is it going to match the back side of the fuselage for the front side of the fuselage, but the rails for the battery allow me to move the battery both forward and back a little bit. So I can modify the CG yet again by, with that.
Okay.
So.
Well, glory be. My connection came back on. I was just sitting here and
got scared
back into existence.
You scared the connection away.
Anyway, carry on.
So,
I am shutting the YouTube.
as you can see,
down.
Charles.
So now YouTube will be
Oh, he's busy over there. Never mind.
No what? Go ahead. Go ahead. I can pause.
I
was just marking something.
What I said, how I have like a crack over here. If you see it right there, and you can see it